Hello, and welcome back to a brand new and final episode of the season of Royalty. I am your host, Tiffany. Hannah is off at college, and we have...
And Big D, a.k.a. Derek F., looking very, how can I say it, perched up and thick here now. Our last episode. So I had to go out with a bang for 2023, Miss Tiffany Mitchell. How are you?
How are you doing? I'm doing good. It is what you don't know, y'all out there listening, is that today, right now, at this moment, it is Christmas Eve.
It is Christmas Eve.
Instead of being in my kitchen where I was making my dressing, I made my sweet potato pies last night.
Come on, pay the bell.
Made my sweet potato pies last night. It was my first time. I love sweet potato pie. I'm always scared to try out little things myself because I know how I like it. But because I know how I like it, I made it how I like it. They are good. I'm here for them.
Listen, you FaceTimed me earlier. Christian went in for more than 2 bites, so I know they're good.
Yeah, he ate that was my slice. He ate the last of my little slice. I was just trying it out for tomorrow. But yes, guys, and gals, today is Christmas Eve. I am in my kitchen all day. I just took my apron off. I'm making dressing, baked chicken, steak.
And black people make dressing, by the way, because I don't know. To be honest, I don't know any white people that make dressing.
What do they make? Stuffing?
Yes, they make stuffing, but I had to introduce my white friends to dressing, and they love it. They tear it up. They're like, when Christmas and Thanksgiving comes around, they know I'm gonna have dressing left over.
Who don't like dressing? I love dressing. I will eat dressing every day. It's just too heavy, but
it is heavy.
And I remember I used to go out to this restaurant, shout out to Motor City Soul Food in Detroit. I used to go there all the time to get my food, my soul food. And I was spending $20 a day at Motor City Soul Food. Yes, I was. Until I was like, baby, get your behind in that kitchen, pull up them recipes, call your grandmama, ask questions, get in the kitchen, get your chicken broth and your poultry seasonings and get in there and shake some stuff up. So
I know that's right, Tiff. I will tell you,
my candy yams, my mac and cheese, I can't wait.
Oh, okay. We not gonna hold you too long tonight.
Y'all sure ain't.
It's Christmas Eve, and we wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Christmas Eve. I hope you guys are spending time with your family. To wrap up everything, this is our final episode for the year of 2023. We have to recap Reindeer Games, episode 6, the finale. Tiffany, you are the cutest elf I ever seen. And let me tell you something. That outfit, girl, it was hitting in the right places. I thought... Woo, girl, when you sitting there, I said, woo, let it bust out the steams at this point. This girl need to... They need to let these things loose. They were like this.
Parched up there. Oh,
thick. Tip, I'm just so happy. I think you did an amazing job. It's so refreshing to just see you just... I love hearing you host because you host this show. So it's great to see you do that on TV. And I enjoyed it. I just loved every minute of it, okay? So we get into the finale. Tiff, what's your thoughts? We're just going to get right to it because we ain't going to waste too much time. Xavier ends up winning the naughty and nice power. He gets the opportunity to pick who he wants to go against. He decides to pick Nicole. Do you think that was smart for his game?
Well, I think not knowing what the challenge was actually going to be and not trying to knock out someone you are working with, that only leaves, he's working with Taylor, obviously, that only leaves Nicole and Frankie. Well, Frankie is a heck of a competitor. Frankie is strong at all of the challenges that come their way, except for the ones that Xavier's won. But so if he's trying to go with his best odds of winning, you take Nicole over Frankie.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And I think he was making the right move. And this is the first time Xavier won something where he was in control, which he's making the decision to take Nicole, which causes Frankie and Taylor having to go against each other. Okay. Going into this comp, okay, Nicole feels like she can't beat Xavier, like she's already feeling down. I'm going to be honest. If you're looking at this matchup, the odds are forever in Xavier's favor. I'm going to be honest. Just because
I'm Nicole in that situation. I'm like, oh, what in the heck? Why would you? I don't want to go against you. Like, ah!
Yes. And I feel her pain. But in this moment, I'm just kind of like, you can do this. Like, you got
you
this,
have
Nicole.
To do it. Now,
no,
can
you have
win
to.
It? I don't know. But can you do it? You're going to have to. Yeah.
Can I tell you what also is motivating about this? He picked her. Okay, and that kind of
as I can beat you. This is my best chance of winning. Yeah.
Yes, and he's going through all these emotions. Like she's going through all these emotions. Denial. I can't do this, and then it's like she starts being like, you know what? Like you just said to. It is what it is. I got to do what I can do. Okay. They go into this competition, and it looked like it was a competition. I think they used the BB24 for one of the comps. I don't know what it's called, and maybe they used it beforehand. I can't remember. But it's basically putting all the gears on the wall, and then basically when you spin the gear, the goal is to bust the nut. Okay. That is the competition. All right. So Xavier. Also, because he won, he also gets a chance to use his disadvantage. He could use it now, or he could use it in the finale. He ends up using it now and putting it on Nicole. So his disadvantage is that the opponent that he's going against can't perform for 45 seconds. He 30. Gets a 30-second start. He puts this on Nicole. Xavier takes off, and Xavier just starts placing everything on there. I think he kind of had a plan. I don't know. It didn't really look like it to me from looking from the outside in. Tip, you were there to see. Do you think that he had a plan, or did you just see him just go? Because Xavier seems like the person that just goes to me.
I think he had a plan. Was it the most effective plan? I don't know. Looking at it, because remind you, I'm standing in between the two opponents, and so I can't actually like turn all the way around and view his board or her board and see where they are. But while I was watching the episode back, I saw like he started in the middle. Now, for some people that works. Anytime for me, I don't want to give my strategy away, but I mean, it's kind of like, it doesn't matter.
Tell us, Tiffany, tell us the winning strategy, Tiffany.
The winning strategy.
I need to take it because you are the mastermind, and I need to take everything you do and give myself the credit.
Well, this is true, and you can have this, and we'll just remove this part from the podcast, and then you can say it to someday to someone.
No, I'm joking, but go ahead, Tim.
So when I was little, I used to work those puzzle books. Remember, I used to get those books all the time, activity books, and anytime I had a maze or something I had to finish, even if it was like connect the dots, I was a person who always started at the end. So I figure if I know where I'm going, I know where I have to get to. So I'm just like going to start at the end and work my way back to the start. And that's essentially what Nicole did with placing these gears, because you had 28 gears. Every single one of them had to be used. They all needed to connect to each other to get the gears grinding to grind and crack the nut. Well, I don't know how I've got a gear that is, they had the start and the end gear. So if you got the starting gear and the ending gear, I don't know where I decide that the middle gear is actually supposed to go. So I did not fully understand X's strategy. It looked a little chaotic and confusing, whereas Nicole was placing her gears in a formation that I could fully follow what she was doing and where she was going with that. a good job in the city.
City.
Working for the man every night and
day.
And I never lost a minute of sleep. Till I worry about the thing. He
right up bed. Big wheels keep on turning. Round, keep on burning.
And we're rolling on the river. And we're rolling on the river.
Now, Xavier was not rolling.
I like a good job in the city. Sorry. That's for the man every night and day.
That song should be our Big Brother song.
Lost a minute of sleep and worry about the way things might have been.
That is Big Brother.
Keep on turning, proud Mary keep on burning, and we're rolling on the river, and we're rolling on the river, and do that. It really hit me, and when the spirit hits you, there is
girl, it hit you so hard, it's knocking the curls out your hair,
and you just will be gone, honey. If this was a church, I'd have been flying up and down them aisles right then and there. And do that, do. Sorry. Hallelujah.
Woo! You know what? Now that you sung those words, they remind me of Big Brother. I left a good job in the city, working for this network every night and day. And man, I haven't lost a minute of sleep worrying about my ass gonna go home. Okay?
Do that, do. Shit. I don't know what the hell is going on with this.
No, get it back to the side. Let's get it back to the side.
Honey, because Tina shook it. Tina shook
it
it loose.
No, it's the front part. Get it back to the side, girl. What you doing? Yeah, there you go. Flip it. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. All right. Woo! Okay. Well, Xavier wheels were not turning in this episode. I don't know what Xavier was doing. Because she would, look, what Ike say?
When I was a little girl, I loved that ride.
Okay. Here we go, guys. Okay. So Nicole takes off running, guys, as I mentioned. Nicole is like putting these gears on, but Nicole is going at a good pace where she's like figuring out how it turns. And it seems like her strategy was put one on, turn it, put one on, turn it, to make sure it's turning instead of just placing them on as Xavier was doing. Nicole, you guys wouldn't believe this, but Nicole busts the nut and beats Xavier. Okay? And it is just... I actually gasped for air. I literally said, what? I couldn't believe it. Not the Grinch cup. I could not believe it. I have never seen, I think this was new to me. I have never seen Xavier lose except for the challenge, but he has someone attached to him, but I've never seen him lose on his own before. And it was just weird, unless he's throwing a comp. But that was just weird. But it was also, I was just like, go Nicole. Like, oh my God. Like, wow. This is one of the reasons why when they say Nicole is a threat, she is a threat. And you guys need to keep that in mind for future games or anybody. Anybody that's a threat that comes back in the game, you have to get them out.
I do think that is the pressure for previous winners. Is they don't have that redemption to do and perform better because they have won. So the only thing they have to lose is losing, and it is their reputation. So you go in, and like you said, you've never seen Xavier lose, right? So then it's like, that I think is the pressure for the winners returning to do seasons. It's like, I don't want to dim my legacy. I don't want to have any demarcations on my name. But it doesn't take away from your previous win. You know what I'm
Never.
saying? It
Never
doesn't.
does.
And it's a different game, and
It is.
it's different people. So I think he should, if he hasn't, still be proud of himself. He did a great job. He was always the target. Like
always the target.
And when I hugged him, I don't think they showed it, but I hugged him and I said, you can't win them all. And because you know, you can't. Even Steph Curry last week or a couple weeks ago, just his 3-point streak ended, and he had been on this 3-point streak since 2018. It's a long time for a streak.
That's crazy. That's
so
crazy.
At some point, you know, it's okay. It's
also,
okay.
this was you know what? I love that Xavier he took everything on his chin. He's like, got it, let's do it. And actually showed up and showed out. And I appreciate that. And that's why I have to give Ballhead Bitch his flowers, because he did amazing. And I'm so happy for him. And I can't wait to see him compete in the future. Because, you know, I love BHB. That is my brother for life. And I'm so happy for him. I'm so happy for him, and he did great with everything against this season. He could have been out way earlier. He made it to the top 3, and we're going to give him that. So Nicole ends up winning. Now it's time for Frankie and thank you, top 4. He said on Threads top 3. He tied for top 3. So I just want to try to give him some credit.
Then he did. Then we're not going to go against Xavier's word. I don't want any problems if he tied for the top 3. I don't know the scale in which we're rating, but if that's the scale, he was the player. I was just the host, so he knows more so what he's talking about than I would.
And I'm just the critique.
You're a critic. It's Siskel and Ebert.
So Taylor and Frankie has to go against each other. Now, once again, here's another matchup. Not putting Taylor down, but you would think Frankie is going to kill this challenge. They get into this challenge, and it's about, you know, a slingshot and getting certain things down, but they have to listen to what the clues are and who to knock down when it comes to the elves. Frankie ends up getting it first. Then Taylor ends up getting what it is, and they're going toe to toe. Tiff, was it that were they like that close toe to toe?
Yeah, they were always that close. Both of them listened very well to the message, to the clues, because I believe they only had to go back. I think they only listened to it one time before they got what the clues were. Or they went back a second time, but they did not spend a lot of time in that booth, and they didn't return back to that booth enough for me to even remember them going back. Once they heard the clues, they both went straight into knocking down their targets.
That's crazy. And it went fast.
Well, Frankie was very focused on hitting this target that was in the high up, the third top row over to the right, and it seemed like it was a very difficult target to hit. And so it seemed like to me he really wanted to make sure he got that one before he moved on to the other ones, whereas Taylor was trying her targets that were on the first row that were the easiest to hit first. The only issue with that was when she got to the harder targets, if she made a mistake, she had to reset. But then she eventually hit like one of the toughest targets to hit, which was the one that Frankie was trying to hit as well, which he eventually did end up hitting. But once she had that tough target, she was able to move and advance to the easier targets way quicker than him, which at some point he hit the wrong target. He had to reset, and she only had one target left to hit, and that gave her the win. And it was very close. Like you couldn't tell, because some targets were easy, some targets were hard. Yes. But if you hit the wrong target and you had to reset, you had to reset. And they both had to do that a few times. But essentially, his last reset gave her that win because she only had one more target to hit, and it was directly right in front of her.
Listen, you can't keep a baddie down, as she said. You can't keep a baddie down. And Taylor ends up winning. So now we get to the finals. It's Taylor and Nicole in the finals. This is great. 2 women, 2 winners, 2 strong women. I am like, this is like iconic.
I first want to acknowledge how surprised the previous players, everyone who had gotten eliminated, the shock that you saw was so genuine. They had no idea who had been eliminated. And you don't think it's going to be Frankie and X. You kind of want to see Frankie and X, but you don't know if you expect to see them in maybe one or the other. But both was like, what the heck? And so that just guaranteed, like, oh my gosh, Nicole and Taylor are in the final 2. What happened?
Yeah, that is crazy. And you know what? I love this moment because this shows that women are good at the game of Big Brother. And I love that. And I wish that, people would give more credit to that, because women in Big Brother are competitors and they're fucking good at it. Yeah. The fact that Taylor never had to go down, come on. That just shows you what type of good player she is. Now, Nicole, I'm sorry, I gotta take a moment for my girl Brittany. She saw Santa, because Tiffany announced that Santa is here. Let me just say something. When Santa showed up, me the whole time is looking at his face like, who is that? I thought they were going to get somebody from Big Brother to come and play Santa. Like, I was like, where is somebody? I was pretty disappointed.
But Lavasser, is that
you? Like, I was waiting for somebody. I'm like, who is that? But obviously, it's nobody.
Memphis, is that you?
Not Memphis.
Shit.
I'm dead. So I'm like, where? I'm like, who? Of course, it's nobody, which I was disappointed because somebody could have came and played Santa. Okay,
somebody did play Santa. Santa came and played Santa.
Yeah, he did. But Brittany says, I have a problem with Santa. She was not happy to see Santa. She was like, Santa messed up my game, and I have an issue with him, and she was not happy. But other than that, it was good to see all the returning players. It was good to see, of course, all their reactions, like you said. We get to the final showdown. We have Tiffany. I'm sorry, we do not have Tiffany. I'm so sorry. Tiffany did give the announcement for the elf. I'm so sorry, Tiffany. But we have the final showdown, which is Taylor and Nicole. It's a 3-part type of showdown. The first showdown is that they have to stack this tree on a platform and get up there and get the mistletoe. The second one is that they have to get the antlers, if I said that correctly, through the puzzle, which is like a difficult spinning type of puzzle. And then lastly, they have to stack the snowflakes. Let me just tell you this. Taylor gets up the first challenge quick in her first go. Nicole has a little bit of a struggle getting up there, but finally she does get there. Taylor ends up moving on to the puzzle. Taylor is in the lead right now, okay?
You would think a really big lead.
She got a big lead. She's getting these antlers. She's trying to figure it out. She realized
the antler puzzle is a maze that is a 3-part maze. So you've got to slide these antlers down into the right slot to get to the third maze so that you can pull them out. And then you have to get the first person to get all 3, the mistletoe, the antlers, and the snowflake globe wins essentially Reindeer Games. So Taylor's got a really nice lead on these, on 2 of the challenges, on 2 of the parts of the competition. She got the mistletoe, and Nicole is still over there trying to figure out how to get the mistletoe. And she does, I do think that her lack of confidence is genuine in herself. She places doubt on herself as if, like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat Xavier. Xavier is an athlete. Xavier's he's this, he's that, he's smart, blah, blah, blah. He's a lawyer. Oh my gosh, now I've got to go. And then she completely, like, forgets that she's competing against Xavier in the wheel thing, and she's just going against herself. She's paying attention to herself. She pulls it through. She's coming into this showdown, this game, Reindeer Games with Taylor, and she's just like, oh my gosh, I got to go against Taylor. Like, this girl competes effortlessly, and I'm just out here like totally unprepared. I just showed up to Reindeer games. But she does a phenomenal job of worrying about herself. And that's what worrying about yourself will get you. When you just worry about yourself, you can kind of push through things. So Taylor's got her reindeer antlers out of her maze, and Nicole is just getting started on hers.
Just getting started on the antlers. After a while, Taylor starts working on the snowflake. You can only work on one bag at a time. Once you complete one bag standing up, then you can grab another bag. There's about 3 bags of snowflakes. Oh, excuse me. Thank you so much, Tiffany. 4 bags of snowflakes. Sorry, that tequila is kicking in at this point. 4 bags of that snowflakes. Taylor's already 1 bag in. Nicole is just getting there, like you said, working on the antler. Then Nicole is still working on the antlers, and Taylor's now 2 bags in at this point. It looks like Taylor is going to win. So Nicole finally figures it out. Taylor's snowflakes start falling, and now Nicole kind of is caught up to Taylor, and now she's working on her bag.
This is what I will say about experience. You may not have experience in that exact same situation, but someone who's played close to 300 days of Big Brother has a lot of muscle memory for what works in a particular situation. And that is why Nicole is not someone you want to underestimate, because she's been to the end of a lot of these games a lot of times. And like me, okay, I've played Big Brother before, but I've never played the last 5 competitions. I don't know what those are actually like in real life. I know what they're like watching them, but I don't know the mindset. I don't know like the experience and the little craftiness I need to help me along the way. She does. And so getting to that end and having to fight through, which is new for Reindeer games, because Big Brother, you don't have to fight. Like, you just have to get a vote. But Reindeer games, you actually have to pull the win out yourself. And Nicole is focused on those snowflakes because she's built these things before. And it is still hard. She doesn't truly get into her strategy until kind of halfway through, but it was always a better strategy than what Taylor had.
I do agree with that. And they were, Tiff, these things look like they fell a million times.
You have no idea.
I can't imagine just like, I would have told production I need a chair to sit. I need a chair to sit. I can't stand up this whole time. Yeah. It looked like it fell like forever. Mm-hmm. It's crazy because they were both, Taylor was in the lead. Now Nicole is officially caught up to her. Mm-hmm. They are both neck and neck, and they're both falling. But like you said, Tiff, Nicole gets into a groove where like she starts figuring out. And I couldn't believe that the last bag was just 4 little snowflake
I couldn't pieces. Either. When I saw her open it up, I was like, oh my God. One of the things about these puzzles, and Nicole did eventually do this, she just started taking them down. We get so fixated on, it has to work. That will slow you down. It can hinder you from moving forward because maybe it's not going to work. Sometimes with a puzzle, it's better to just start over. Like, you keep trying to build on top. And like she said in her DR, I realized that some of these pieces were extremely heavy, and I'm trying to stack them on top of lighter pieces because I've already got these pieces fixed in there. So I want to make these pieces fit, but they don't always fit. So sometimes you're going against the grain and you just have to start over to get ahead. And that's what she eventually did. She said, forget this. She started building with the heavier pieces in the middle to give her a sturdier foundation. That way, when she got to that 4th bag and you got these 4 little tiny lightweight stars, she just set them up there. And I was like, and people are like, Tiff, your face. Somebody said something like my face looked disappointed. People are always trying to re-register their own emotion upon you. And it's like, I'm sitting here in real time, dear. I'm looking shocked. Like, you're probably looking at home, because it was like, when you realize, like, oh my God, there are only 4 little stars on here. Like, she's got this. It was impressive to watch. It was an honor to be there in real time, in real life, to see it. I mean, I thought they were going to air it, but at some point I was like, let's go, Michigan ladies, and it was like, it was so cool to be cheering for people from my hometown, either one of them, 2 winners, 2 ladies, 2 Michigan winners from my hometown. I was like, hey, I like to see it. I love to see it. May the best person win. And to me, it is a respectful win, regardless.
Yes.
People keep trying to say, oh, it's just reindeer games. All depends on who is saying that. Like, you're saying that for a reason. But it's a win. A win is a win.
A win is a win. Anytime you go into these competition shows, I don't care if you win $5. It is a competition show. It is a win is a win. It doesn't matter. You still had to play the game to get there, and they won. And the best 2 ladies made it to the end.
They did.
And Nicole won. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Nicole.
Yes, please, congratulations.
Nicole is the underdog.
Yes.
I don't think she's getting enough attention. I don't think she's getting enough credit. She was the one that believed in herself the least. She was the one who, she has the capability of winning, but she was by herself. Everyone else had someone they were working with. Everyone had someone who would throw their game away or would not be touched by another person. She was always someone who was expendable to everybody. So,
I think this was also good for Nicole to come back, show her growth and how she is, and I think that's good. And that's what another thing about this Reindeer Games. You had 9 great competitors. You have people able to show you who they are in a different light, positive. It's the holidays. Merry fucking Christmas, motherfuckers. Like, have fun. We had a good time watching it. It was a great season. Congratulations to Nicole. Okay. And I cannot wait to see. I hope they do another season of BB Reindeer Games. This made me excited. I hope at some point, Tiff, I don't know when, but I hope we get an all-star season, because I'm ready for some returning players to come back, because this was great to watch.
It was great. Nicole, honey, give yourself more credit, girl. You are that bitch, okay? In the best way.
Yes. Okay. So Reindeer Games is over. Tiff, this is our last episode.
Yeah.
Christmas is tomorrow.
It is.
You are cooking. I hope you didn't burn up your food, because we're here pretty long.
I paused everything. Everything.
Okay, good. Tiff, I just want to say, with this year, it is closing out. What was one of your highest moments this year?
Oh my gosh. I started thinking over my 2023 the other day, and I just was like, wow, I need to sit down and write it out, because when 2021 ended, I was like, this has been a phenomenal year. I don't know how I'm going to top it. And then 2022 was another amazing year. In 2023, I mean, life for me just continues to get better. But this was the first year I've had extreme highs, like actually preparing for the challenge and going back on the challenge and doing much better than I even thought that I would. Being a part of the CBS Big Brother 25th season special, being considered for that. Coming back into the Big Brother house, walking in again. And these are things I had no idea were going to come my way. I don't have a list of things like, yeah, you're going to be doing this, this, and that. I just get a call, or the things just, you don't know when they're going to happen. But then I also had a low of lows. Like, I lost my very, 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 very closest person to me, my cousin. She's my biologically she's my cousin, but she's my best friend. She's my big sister. She's like my mom. She's like everything to me in so many ways. Shout out to Sherry. Rest in peace, Sherry. I love you so much. And I've had to get through all of those things. They all take something to get through. And then it's been an amazing year. It's been a tremendous year. I don't know how to rank those. I rank them in terms of I am grateful for the year that I have had. My son is healthy. He's a junior. He's driving. He's working. For those of you who are wondering where he is and why I am not being a mom, here's the thing. I will always be a mom. I am always his mom. And when you do it right, you don't have to babysit your children when they're 16 years old. They will step up to the plate and do what you have been teaching them to do. You don't just become on your own and when he's 18 and then walks out the door and then I go, okay, now you can do it. No, he's practicing now. I've always been working on him. So at 16, my son is a very mature young adult. Period. So I'm happy. Thank you. That was a lot.
No, I love that, Tiff. I'm glad this year was, and I know you had your ups and downs, and I feel like all these things you've been through, I've been with you, even though I'm on 100%. A lot of miles away from you.
Doesn't matter.
But
You have seen
it
me
doesn't
in
matter.
it all.
Yes, I've seen you go through it all, and I'm so happy, and it's been great to celebrate you, doing the challenge, and I feel like this was a good year for you, and I'm just happy. And yes, Christian is he's fucking phenomenal. Christian's a cool ass fucking kid. Like, I would hang out with Christian any fucking day. Okay, he is such a good time, and he's a smart kid. So I'm happy, and I'm glad that you have more additional kids to your family now that you have, and just know that Sherry is
Shout
with
out
you.
Ellen and Lauren, those are my babies.
Yes, and just know that Sherry is with you this holiday season. She's right there cooking with you, girl. She's sitting there having a drink, cracking up. Okay.
Yeah, saying, what you doing? Move. I got it.
So, yes, guys, with 2023 closing out, I just want to say 2023 was a crazy year for me. I was a little bit, I went through ups and downs this year. I was fighting this year. This was a fighter year for me. But for some reason, I do want to shout out just everybody who's been sending me love. A lot of the followers, I don't know what it is, and people that watch the podcast and Twitter and Instagram, everyone's just been very supportive. And like my journey of just me, I've been working on myself and been in the gym, and I feel like, Tiff, I don't know why, but 2023, I think everyone's gonna be upset because Big D is gonna make his way back on TV sometime. 2024, excuse me, 2024. I feel like I'm gonna end up back on TV. I don't know why, but that is what I'm manifesting. I feel like it's coming. I feel like it's coming. But other than that, Tiff, happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Tiff. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you all to the royalty followers.
Thank you to all our viewers, everybody that tunes in, supports us, tweets us, shares a video, make clippings, make fun of us, laugh with us, get in the live chats, DM us, everyone that is a part of making us a success. Like, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I hope that you all have a wonderful holiday. I hope this next year coming up is your year.
Your year, guys.
Your year. And write things down.
I do.
At some point before the year is up, if you can just write yourself a little paragraph about what this year gave you, and just that, period. Just write a quick little note to yourself, just like in remembrance of 2023. This is what it meant to me. And then you'll be surprised. Like, you might just keep writing and writing and writing.
Listen, 2024, the baddies are coming. We are taking over 2024, okay?
Baddies. Yeah,
okay.
I need a show. I need a real job.
What's her name say? Betty, shot a clock.
Betty, shot a
clock. Well, listen, Royalty family, thank you. We love you. Happy holidays. We will be back soon. Don't know when. Me and Tiffany got to figure out what's the next show we going to talk about. We do have the traders coming up.
We do.
I don't know. Maybe if Tiffany wants to, we'll talk about it. If not, until Big Brother season hits again.
You'll see us before then.
She's like, no, you're going to fucking still work. I'm over here like, woo, see y'all bitches next summer. Tiffany's like, we got a show to produce.
Yeah, we do.
All right, guys. Love you. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and shout out to who? The live chat. We love you guys.
Aw.
Merry Christmas. I know it's Christmas Eve. We love you guys. Thank you for bringing this in your home with your families. Go eat. Go get everything you want for Christmas. If not, vote everybody.
You vote everybody. And before you do that, like, subscribe, and comment.